Hello, my name is Joe Barth. I'm at Neudesic Analytics. Today, I'm going to be talking about my final submission to the Neudesic IoT Innovation Challenge, a fully autonomous drone that's through Azure, the Cortana Analytics, as well as Azure SQL DB. I'd like to thank everybody for the opportunity to be able to do this challenge, and although it was really fun, it also taught me a lot about the disk Raspberry Pi using Azure and how hard it is to innovate. Let's review what the solution is. So we use Cortana channel to call and start an Azure bot. That in turn starts up a function that writes out to us Azure SQL DB. Those commands are then that are in sequence brought down to the Raspberry Pi and commands the drone at sending telemetry data. Let's remind ourselves what we've seen before. Cortana channel, and we had started up the SQL drone and we told it to take off. And then also we had a streaming analytics job that sent the IoT data directly to, as well as Azure Data Lake Store. So we definitely have the ability to grab the data wherever we want, whenever we want. So what's new about, and how is it assisting? In the end, what we wanted to do with the Guardian Drone Angel is have it make decisions on its own. And in order to do that, we needed to bring some component of AI into it. With the ability in Azure SQL DB 3 weeks ago, now you can use predictive models in the premium level of Azure SQL DB. Today, in this talk is going to be, we're going to demo our final assisting challenge, taking those intelligence decisions, and then also taking the knowledge base that we had from the Q&A Azure bot, and those in conjunction with machine learning, we can make the appropriate without even having to do anything. And we're going to show you that right here, right now. It's a really cool implementation. So to even think about making a decision through a machine learning model, we had to generate more drones. Exact in the Seattle area, and I'll show you that. Once that telemetry data is piped through, and data about how long it takes to do maps or follow a path, we push that through a Azure function, and then we've machine learning model within Azure SQL DB that's rerunnable. It's really cool implementation. And let's go ahead and show here, and then show you what I am talking about. So what we have here is an IoT generator. Essentially, I've generated 200,000 drones, and this is how second that it's writing to the premium level Azure SQL DB. That Azure SQL DB to generate this much data, a wide variety of pretend areas. For instance, we used the Seattle area, and this is all the drones spurting out telemetry data constantly. So we just have, how much electricity in each drone when flying, and so it's continually and writing out records to that database. So to create a machine learning model, we had to do some SQL Server, and what we did we took a simplistic model in the database using our model, that data set that we were pulling in constantly. If you look at this, this is the database where we're generating the data to. Drone measurement is the temporal table, in essence, that's continually being updated and data is being generated. That is pulled in the Power BI, but measurement table will take all the measurement taken for each map and store it in there for a longer period of time. So what we did was take that data, and every time we want to do a prediction on certain maps, this predict function, and which is inside of a stored procedure, and we write the results out from that predictive model. Pretty cool implementation. My model is very linear, so I want to work with the data science team and better way to predict. But this is a proof of concept. We have the ability with whatever data we want. So really cool. So if we go ahead and see what the results are right now. So the implementation will allow us to have a function that can, what's the fastest time taken for each map. So if we run this, time taken is 2,468 minutes. Map ID 2, which is map. We can programmatically change the knowledge base within the Q&A bot. So if we go here, our machine learning model is timed Azure function. And the greatest thing about that is it gives you the ability to just have it continually run without you having to do anything. Run. So if we rerun it again, it is continually running as a function right now. We don't have to do anything. All of it's done with this Azure function. And so a really cool implementation. It's seen without you having to do anything. It's making a decision for you about which map to take. And that goes right along with our on creating a self-assisting IoT device. So you can use this with it. The great thing about this is it's not, we're agnostic in our approach. When it comes down to it, in conjunction with Orion, we want to propose, that we start doing this for all of our IoT devices in the analytics platforms for an enterprise overall view. What we could do with this implementation, taking IoT devices and taking the data from them, and then decisions, whether it be through Azure Data Lake, like I was storing the JSON into the Data Lake store through streaming analytics, or piping it through Azure SQL DW and making high-level calculations as well, like I showed you with Azure SQL DB. So this is for Guardian Drone Angel. I would like to thank everyone for listening, and I hope everybody enjoyed what we set forth. Thank you.